A gorgeous nighttime view of historic Boston, Massachusetts, lighting up the twilight sky. Thanks for joining us live for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. Looking at Boston, they took the win in their last game against Philadelphia.
And Kevin, they played such terrific defense in that game. It took a lot of pressure off them at the other end of the court.
Yeah, and you can't just pick one or two players out who stood out defensively. There was plenty of credit to go around.
And now the Lakers starting group, Kobe Bryant and Metta World Peace filling out the wing. Howard is out there with Antoine Jamison, and it's Duhon in at the point. And for Boston, Rondo and the Jet, Jason Terry in the back. Green is out there with Pierce, and it's Garnett in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Well, you think about the Lakers a year ago, I think the thing that bothered them was they just never could win consistently on the road. They controlled their home court, but on the road it was a different story.
Here is Duhon. He's covered by Rondo. Kobe kicks to Duhon. He dishes it to Howard. World Peace kicks it to Duhon. Clock at 4. Pulls it from the elbow. They grab their own miss. For 3, Kobe gets the bucket. Kobe's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Man, he makes a lot of tremendous plays at that end of the court. We see it from him every game.
And you look back at last season, and Steve was just touching on it, the Lakers just really had trouble when they left LA on the road. They just couldn't bring it together.
Kevin, they ended up with a 15-18 road record on the year. First time in about 5 seasons that they haven't had a winning record on the road. Boston is a team that fell from the elite of the East back to the middle of the pack last year. It wasn't because of their play at home, though, where they were still tough in front of the Celtics faithful.
Back to Howard. Outside, Kobe. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
And you really don't want to give up too many dunks like that. One is too many.
Oh, yeah, no, certainly you're right. You know, that's making it way too easy for sure.
Yeah, major breakdown defensively. They've got to tighten things up here.
And the Celtics really do seem to feed off the energy here in this arena. You see all the banners hanging above us. And, you know, Steve, you can't help but be inspired if you come here as a fan or if you play for them as a member of the team.
Yeah, no question. Boston is one of the great venues in the league because of the history of the Celtics franchise. And obviously, you know, that matters to Boston. And 24-9 at home last year, they were able to take advantage of that home court. That's why they were able to hold on to that division title.
Here's Kobe. 5 points in the game. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 from the floor, so a good start for this play.
Rondo kicks to Garnett. Over Jamison. And Garnett gets it to go on the assist by Rondo. Garnett's got 5 points so far.
You know, you look at Rajon Rondo, and the physical stature is not imposing. He's only 6 feet tall, but he's got a 6'9" wingspan and huge hands, so he ends up playing much bigger than you'd expect, and really a dominant player at that point guard position.
And it's Howard finishing it off.
What a play. No regular dunk there. A superb alley-oop.
And it was a great pass, too, to set him up.
No, those two have such a great feel for each other. They're just fun to watch play together.
Good. Can't get it to go. Jamison with the defensive effort. And Clark, when you talk about having big hands, you know, the ability to control the ball, how big is that for an NBA player, would you say?
Well, it's a nice asset, but it's not as important as good hands, and his are big and good, so he's got the double whammy there. But having large hands for a guy his size certainly helps him pass the ball, handle it, and retrieve rebounds, too.
And pushing it up, here's Boston. Nice shot by 2.
This has been the start that they had hoped for, coming out knocking down 4 of their first 5 shots.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, I briefly spoke with Doc Rivers. Obviously, he has a lot on his plate when it comes to defending against Kobe Bryant. I asked him what he might do, and he said not much. He's one of the league's all-time best scorers, and no matter what you seem to do, he finds ways to get on the scoreboard. Kobe might be seeing a lot of double teams here tonight, guys.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
Now the pass to Duhan. Vicious to Jamison. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. World peace, the pass to Kobe. Lock at 6. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here.
So we get a chance to see where Rondo ranks in the league. First in assists. And he's among the top 5 in the league in steals, so he's been a real disruptive force at the defensive end.
And you know, you threw his #1 assist ranking out there, Steve, and what's really impressive is that not only is he creative, but he's a willing passer. The guy wants to give it up, and he really makes it easy for his teammates to score because he's so good at giving them the ball in ideal position.
And there's Terry following the three-pointer by Kobe Bryant. Got it. Good job on the wall post.
You know, Kevin, they were a step late on their defensive rotation, and that helped them get right to the rim.
Last game for the Lakers, it was a loss to the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Duhan with the ball. Back to Kobe. Powers down the dunk.
And that's exactly what you call a high percentage hoop there.
It sure is.
The one-handed throwdown. Gotta love it.
Right side, Rondo. And they double up Rondo. Pierce dishes to Terry. The rebound by Meta World Peace.
Well, it's hard for me to believe this, that Doc Rivers, guys, is in his 14th season as an NBA head coach. We banged heads against each other between the lines way back in the day on the hardwood, and he's already coached 14 years. Top 20 all-time in playoff wins is Doc. He won Coach of the Year back in 2000. His first season as a head coach, and for those who may not know, was also an outstanding commentator before taking the reins on the sideline. So well-versed in the world of basketball is Doc Rivers.
Lakers shooting their first free throws of the game.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
And Clark, you were talking about Doc Rivers. You mentioned that Coach of the Year award. Not bad for a guy who didn't really have any coaching experience as an assistant. He went straight from the broadcast booth right into the fire, and he got it done right away.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Brandon Bass is checked in for Garnett. Sullinger comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Lee in for Jason Terry. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Clark, this is the first they're seeing of Boston.
Well, they were the better team when these two teams got together a year ago, no question, sweeping the season series 2-0.
And why don't we take a chance now to see which teams have been the NBA's highest scoring squads this month. The Lakers in 5th.
I just love the flow with which they've played recently. I mean, this is a dominant team offensively because of that rhythm and pace.
It makes you wonder how the standings might look if some of these teams, actually changed conferences.
Well, Kevin, I think it'd be a whole new world, a totally different world, a whole new set of matchups, but at least everybody gets a couple of games a year to check everybody else out up close.
Here's Rondo, following the basket by Dwight Howard. Outside, Pierce. He feeds it to Bass. Here's Sullinger. Outside for Rondo. There's the feed to Bass. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 4 assists now tonight.
You know, throughout the history of the NBA, the Celtics have been such a constant presence in the postseason, and it's hard to imagine the playoffs without seeing the green. Every year the players change, but the Celtics' mystique is always in it, and that team is always hanging around.
Here is Duhan after the basket by Boston. Over Rondo, and it's blocked by Rondo. Right side, Rondo. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2. It's really the mark of a great franchise. Boston expects great things from the Celtics each year, and more often than not, Steve, they deliver.
Yeah, you don't get all those banners that they have in that building without executing in the postseason. That's what this Celtics team has done the last few years. They play together, they've played hard, they defend, and they're at their best when their best is needed.
And the Celtics making a change here. Barbosa's checked in. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Antoine Jameson's checked in for Howard. Clark comes in for Meta World Peace. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Kobe. And Darius Morris subs in for Chris Duhon. Meeks, good.
They can't seem to stop anybody inside.
They got to know that if they don't make life tougher in the paint, the opponent is just going to keep going there. I mean, it's not like they'll get tired of all these in-close opportunities.
Now here is Barbosa. Right now averaging 5 points a game. He kicks it to Sullinger. Back to Barbosa. Lets it fly. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Barbosa's got his first 2 points of the night.
Right out of the gate, just filling it up.
Both teams are, guys. I mean, points coming fast and furious.
Jameson, a screen. Pass to Morris. Pass to Clark. Shoots. And there's another one for the Lakers.
Well, they keep going right back to the paint, and who can blame them? I mean, they're getting it done in there.
Yeah, 3 of their last 5 buckets, guys, have come from inside the lane area, so I expect them to continue to go inside right at the defense.
You know, you take a look at Brandon Bass last season. He was traded to the Celtics, and on a top-tier team, I think he's become quite consistent in his performance as he's gotten more consistent minutes. I mean, it's got to be a real confidence boost for him going forward.
That's all the space he needs, guys. He'll make you pay every time if you give him that shot.
Now, here is Morris. Guarded closer. Now the dish to Meeks. He passes to Hill. Feeds it to Meeks. He dishes it to Morris. Hill is screen on Rondo. Morris kicks to Hill. Another shot. The rebound by the Celtics.
And going back to Brandon Bass, guys, what a trade for Boston last year, picking him up. Nice mid-range shooter, pick and pop guy. He's also a good offensive rebounder. And he provided that scoring threat next to Kevin Garnett that the Celtics desperately needed.
Meeks, good.
Offensively, just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
Rondo kicks to Sullinger. Lee outside. Kicks it to Barbosa. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Barbosa's got 7 points in the game. Morris kicks to Jameson. Right side, Jameson. Down low. It's tipped. Lee with the steal. And now here's Lee. The fast break opportunity. That misses and a chance to tie it there. The Lakers in the lead. And here is Morris. Dishes it to Meeks. The pass to Jameson. He feeds it to Clark. The feed to Morris. Here's Meeks. And he beat the buzzer, but it's no good. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Lakers on top, up 2. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Well, the thing they tried to establish right away was the presence down low. You look at the points in the paint. I think that's been the difference.
Yeah, and I like the fact, Steve, that they're not settling for the outside shots. I mean, go in there and get what you want. Keep attacking the rim.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for the Lakers right now, they've got world peace. Kobe is out there with Duhon. Then it's Jody Meeks, and it's Howard in at the center position. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Seems like Leandro Barbosa's game is all either threes or layups. He doesn't do a whole lot in between, but it's worked for him. He can spot up, knock down a long-range shot, and then use that blazing speed to get to the rim.
Going back to Barbosa, boy, is he quick. You know, Steve, you know all about him because you had him in Phoenix. Clark, you've watched him from afar. The guy is a blow.
Yeah, he really is. He's got like 6 different gears, and they're all fast to faster. He's a special player with his ability to get to the rim and then finish creatively with a wide array of layups that he can make.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, guys, I think it's accurate to call the Dwight Howard situation a saga, and it has, at least for the moment, calmed down. A trade to the Los Angeles Lakers has now thrust them squarely into the championship picture. First, the acquisition of star point guard Steve Nash, and now the best center in the league. The tough Western Conference just got tougher. Kevin?
The story of the offseason, no question. Thank you, Doris. Duhan with the steal. And here they come. Tries for the alley-oop. And it's Howard finishing it off.
I don't think it's possible to make a better pass than that, guys.
And he finished so well, Clark, too. Not too shabby on that, James.
Not bad at all.
And it takes perfect timing to pull off that alley-oop, but these two guys seem to have that synergy between each other.
Some changes for Boston. Brandon Bass is checked in for Garnett. Lee comes in for Jason Terry. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Leandro Barbosa. And then for the Lakers, Antoine Jameson's checked in for Clark. And Darius Morris subs in for Chris Duhan. Howard with the steal. Morris with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Lee against Kobe. The rebound by the Celtics. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
You know, with the Lakers, it's all about winning titles. Anything else is considered a disappointment, and they were tested early, though.
Sullinger's checked in for Boston. And then for the Lakers, Bill comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Jody Meeks in for Antoine Jameson. He kicks to Meeks. Gives him the lead pass. Morris passes to World Peace. Lakers passing it around. Morris kicks to Kobe. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
Here's where Boston sits right now, Kevin, in the current league ranking. 2nd in assists, 4th in free throw percentage. And they also show up top 5 in team field goal percentage. That's excellent. Actually, that's elite level.
Okay, and Clark, let's go back to the assists for a second. I mean, this is what makes this team good, I think, right now. They're sharing the ball. They're getting great ball movement and spacing, and they've become so efficient offensively that they've become a nightmare to guard.
Go back to that matchup for the Lakers against Denver. Kobe's illness. He had the stomach flu. Artest out with the suspension. Meta World Peace, had gotten the late regular season suspension with the elbow to the side of the head of James Harden. Steve, they were certainly facing their struggles.
Yeah, and those struggles caught up to them in the next round, Kevin, when they lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder, the younger, more talented team winning in that one. So for the Lakers, moving forward, they've got a lot of talent, but it's aging talent. And sooner or later, they're going to have to get younger on that roster.
And here we go with Barbosa. Heading to the hoop. Gets the bucket. Barbosa's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And with the defense playing that well, the double clutch was the only way he was going to get that ball off.
Outside, Kobe. Back to World Peace. Lets the 3 fly. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. Kobe's got 3 assists now in this one.
He may not be their top 3-point option, guys, but you still got to cover him. I mean, you got to defend him in some form or fashion.
Now here's Lee. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Here's Barbosa. Misses in close. Lakers leading by 3. Morris with the ball. He's picked up by Lee. Kobe against Pierce. Over Green. Kobe's shot is off.
That's a look that he'll never pass up, the one he'll usually never miss.
Right side Pierce. No one near him. And that one's good. Pierce has got his second basket of the game. Lakers have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Barbosa with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Barbosa with the ball. Count the bucket. Barbosa's got 13.
A beautiful finesse move right there. I mean, you've got to love that finger roll finish.
Kobe dishes to Hill. World peace on the way. Passes it to Morris. Pass to Kobe. 5 to shoot. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. World peace. And again, no good by the Lakers. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Here's Barbosa. Rebound by Meta World Peace.
It's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
Outside, Kobe. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. While we're on a short break, we've got some time to break down the steal leaders at the shooting guard position over the last month. Kobe Bryant, 4th.
And both the hand speed and general quickness of the players on that list are outstanding. I mean, those are the qualities you need to be an effective perimeter defender.
Well, the two-guard position is where we often find the team's best defender, and that's definitely the case with these guys. Every one of their teams will...
Oh, ridiculous.
Tore it down that time. You know, that kind of play will get you some brownie points with your coach, no doubt.
And with your fans, too, Clark, got to take guns like that.
And even with the announcers.
Oh, yeah!
We all love it.
And that replay sponsored by Sprite, giving us a great look at that one. The shot by Pierce will not go.
Well, Meta World Peace, formerly Ron Artest, known league-wide for his tenacious defense, strong, quick hands, quick feet. And that makes him extremely tough to deal with.
He said last year in the playoffs he wanted to be called Indiana Ron. Earl Clark's checked in for Jody Meeks. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
I think both teams feel like they can win. They both have confidence. So we'll see which team can kind of ride the momentum and take control of this game.
Now, when you talk about the defense in Meta World Peace, Steve, do you think he's lost a step?
Oh, yeah, there's no question he's slowed down somewhat. I mean, in his prime, he had this incredible combination of speed and power. Now it's more just power. But he's still an excellent defender, particularly against guys who he can cover down on the block because of that immense strength.
And Howard with the stuff.
Boy, a pick was set at the perfect angle on the floor, and he used it nicely.
That's a play we may see from them a few more times.
Why not? I mean, when it works, you go back to it. Make them stop you.
Some changes for Boston. Brandon Bass is checked in for Green. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Courtney Lee. And the Lakers also making a change. Jameson's checked in.
Guys, good job working it down low and getting the high percentage look there. That's good basketball.
There's the dish to Duhan. Jameson, a screen. Duhan kicks to Clark. Over Pierce. And Antoine Jameson picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
It's 2 fouls now here in the first half, so we'll see if they let him try to play through.
Celtics leading by 3.
It's kind of a weird start to the playoffs last year for Boston. Rondo gets suspended early, but the Celtics were able to get past the Hawks as they matched up as the 4 and 5 seeds. And the Celtics actually did not have home court advantage in that series.
True, right. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Guys, the Celtics have been one of the top teams in the East, but there is a line of thinking saying they're too old to still contend for a title. Be careful writing them off, though. Last season, they became the first team in 28 years to make the conference finals after sitting with a record under 500 at the All-Star break. Kevin, this team knows how to bounce back.
Such a terrific turnaround. Thanks, Doris. They double-team Kobe. Back to Jameson. Feeds to Duhan. Lakers passing it around. Here's Howard, and it's all evened up. Howard's got 6 points in the quarter. You know, Clark, you wonder how the Celtics would fare as an older team and shortened season, a compacted window of games, so many games crammed into 1 week. We just weren't sure how much gas they had in the tank come playoff time, Steve, but as it showed, they won a couple series and made their way through.
Yeah, I thought it was really impressive getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, taking Miami to 7 games. They had their chance, too. You know, up 3-2 in a home game, but LeBron and Miami were just too much.
Clark gets to Kobe with the fadeaway over Bass, and the Lakers tack on 2 more.
I'm just so impressed with his focus, Kevin, because even with the defender flying at him, he still finds a way to hit those shots on the perimeter.
And one of his greatest gifts is the ability to get his own shot off the bounce. No question about it. He's a tough cover.
Rondo passes to Pierce. Garnett left side. Working on Howard. Feeds away. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Celtics have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Courtney Lee, he's checked in for the Celtics. And then for the Lakers, Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Howard. World Peace comes in for Earl Clark. And it's Jody Meeks in for Kobe.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for them. At some point, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen. I'll tell you what, right now, that mid-range jumper serving them well.
Yes, it is, guys. That's 6 of their last 10 points coming from that mid-range area.
Here's Hill. A feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Hill's got his first basket of the night.
That's 4 straight field goals coming inside the paint.
Boy, they're taking it right to him, Steve, and the defense has really been way too passive for my liking.
Lee outside. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. And the Celtics lead by 2. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Duhon with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Lakers have shot 1 of 3 from the line tonight, missing 2 earlier on.
Guys, strictly in terms of their percentage, their free throw shooting has deteriorated a considerable amount since last season.
Some changes for Boston. Sellinger's checked in for Garnett. Green comes in for Courtney Lee. And it's Barbosa in for Jason Terry. Darius Morris is checked in for the Lakers. Now here's Rondo. He has 5. He dishes it to Bass. Green. Bass with a screen for Green. And Sellinger kicks to Bass. Over World Peace. Here's Sellinger. Good!
That's exactly how you want to close out the quarter, with a basket.
And guys, he got it off just in time. Nice play.
Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Celtics lead by 2. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome to 2K Sports. The games are starting to take on a little more meaning as the season gets into full swing. A tightly contested game for the Celtics up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Sitting in 7th place right now, a little too close to the bubble for their liking. Leandro Barbosa having a huge impact. 13 points, and his two-way play has been good. Very active on the defensive side of the floor, bothering shots and bringing that energy all over the court. It's also been a strong start for the Lakers. They haven't settled on tough shots. They're taking it strong inside. They're getting quality shots and a lot of quantity of those quality shots.